She arrives on time in high-heeled shoes, and she's got the cure for your RV blues. Hey there, have you heard the news? GiGi saves the day. The contract there is just no match. She'll even spot the smallest catch. You'll breeze right through the roughest patch, 'cause GiGi saves the day.
The one, the only GiGi Stetler, the unstoppable GiGi Stetler, which will tell
RVers'
you
new
more
BFF.
about that.
Yeah, the RVer's new BFF, the unstoppable.
Yes, right. That's exactly right. How are you, GiGi?
I am grand as always. How are you?
Yeah, doing fine. Doing well, thank you. And we've got we get to go out in the field again this time. This is cool. It's like becoming the new thing. Well,
it's the old thing, because remember, that's all we did was be in the field, and I'm tired of being stuck at this desk. So we are going to be in the field, I think, from now on. There's always something going on here at HQ, so we will. I will be in the field just about every week.
So what do you got cooking today? What's happening?
Wow.
Good news, bad news, scary news.
Interesting. So you remember when we did the Camping World Challenge?
Yep.
And back in, I don't know, a year ago or so. And well, today we are at the Campers Inn Challenge. So so I have a member who purchased and it's interesting because touching on the last week's question about should I buy a leftover. So this buyer, he purchased a new 2019 camper from Campers Inn in North Carolina. And anyway, so he purchased it, and it's not his first camper. He's had campers for many campers, and I believe he even traded one in. So in his first maybe 3 to 4 weeks of ownership, so take a look at this. These are work orders or repairs.
Wow.
All like in his first few weeks of ownership. So,
man. That's
so anyway, he's had nothing but frustration, and he, every time he took it out, it brought it back to the dealership for another list of repairs.
Right.
And just to kind of fast forward, well, and the coach had been left there for a while. So fast forward, he gets me involved, and I have conversation. I'm trying to be the mediator to, as I reviewed the work orders, I knew right away, first off, that this coach was built in February of 2019. He purchased it in March of 2020. So with the pictures, I'm looking at it, they never, ever did any maintenance. The dealer never did any maintenance on the coach, as it sat there rotting in their field for 13 months. And then sold it to this customer. So anyway, I'm having a conversation with the general manager or general service manager, whatever he is, and we're trying to, reach some resolution. And their resolution was, it's the factory's fault, and we're just going to send it back to the factory. So I did speak with Keystone, and they basically agreed to take it back to the factory, but they just said for an assessment. Well, it didn't really tell the customer if they're going to fix it. Are they just going to look at it? What are they going to do with it? What if they find out that it's actually the dealer's responsibility, that they didn't seal it and they ruined the camper because it's leaking, and then the customer's going to be stuck with the bill? Like, what's going on here? So anyway, I got to the bottom of the factory said that they would take it back, and yes, they would fix it or assess it, but they couldn't give him any time or scope of when that would be. So I'm trying to work at something out with the dealer. So now I'm on the phone with Campers Inn, and you got to love the story. So I'm talking to the guy, the head guy there, and I said, he's got tons of problems. So he first thing he says to me is, he goes, well, every time he took it out, he just wants a new camper. You know, that I think that's always buyer's remorse. Most customers have buyer's remorse, and they pick the wrong model or this and that. This guy loves his camper. That's the floor plan he wants. So I said, well, do you have something to trade him out of? Let's see if we can put him into a new unit. You know, he's been now 7 months without a camper. And so the guy looks it up on his computer, and he says, well, let's try this model. And he gives me a stock number or whatever. And he says, this is, you know, the closest thing that we have to what he has. Mm-hmm. And I had asked him if he had seen the work orders and if he had been in the unit and this and that. And did you know, it says where the water's coming from. And he acted like he knew everything about this unit, everything. He's been in it, he's assessed it, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, I look at the model and then I look at the paperwork, and I'm saying, well, the stock number you just gave me, that's a fifth wheel. He has a bumper pull. Oh, you're right. So how does he know everything about the camper, and he doesn't even know what he has?
Yeah.
Okay. So then he says, I said,
a bit of a red flag there.
One of many. So then he says to me, I said, he goes, well, every time he took the camper out and he came back, he just kept asking for a new camper. And I said, well, you know, if you had a problem with a camper and it's flooding and it's leaking and it's water and rain and this, every time you went out, wouldn't you start to ask for a new camper or replacement? And he says, well, you know, these things are just made, you know, they go down the road and they all, you know, things come loose and fittings come loose, and you just have to be able to, you know, they have to be, you have to take care of them. Mm-hmm. And I said, so wouldn't you ask for a new camper if all these things happen? He goes, well, I bring a toolbox with me every time I go camping. I said, okay. Oh, so do you tell your customers, your buyers, before they pick up their unit, oh, you better buy a toolbox before you go camping because you're going to need one? Is that how you train your salespeople? Because if you're telling me that that's what you do, then you should tell your salespeople that the campers fall apart, so you better bring a toolbox. I bet you won't sell very many campers if you do that. I was like absolutely shocked that this guy would do that. Wow. So anyway, I decided that I'm going to pick it up. So I had my stuff, pick it up, campers in, bring it here to our dealership, and I'm going to assess it. And I want to see behind the scenes, and it's pulling in as we speak. So
there you go. All right. Well then.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
Yep. We will reconvene after I take a peek.
All right. Let's do it.
Did you enjoy this video? Be sure to like, comment, and share, and hit the bell icon. Remember, ding ding, so that you're notified when new videos are uploaded. As always, don't forget to subscribe.